Let me tell you a story about a girl who came from Zambia. So I'm going to help you find Zambia on the map. We're going to zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, and there we go. That's where I'm from. I put that pin in the map 4 years ago, actually. And this is where I am now. Hello, my name is Nkoli Mungabo. I am an international student from Zambia. As you saw on the map, Zambia is a country in Southern Africa. It's landlocked, which means we are surrounded on all our borders by countries. We have 8 neighboring countries to be specific. I have been a student at the University of Findlay since 2017. This is my 3rd year in the echocardiography program. I hope to one day work in healthcare systems on the African continent to help take care of the sick and help improve our standard and quality of healthcare. So a few things about myself. I enjoy reading, cooking, biking, walking. I enjoy singing, and I have been part of your UF choir for 3 consecutive semesters. Starting in 2017, that was my first semester in the UF choir. It was so much fun because I had never gone to a live concert before, and we got to sing Handel's Messiah in that concert that fall, and it was breathtaking. I had so much fun singing and listening to the live music being played on the violins. There was cellos, there were people in the audience, and it was an experience like none I've ever had. So that's just a little bit about myself. Other than that, I love being able to pour into my community. So very quickly after I moved to Findlay, I became part of a church in Arlington called Redeemer Covenant Church, and I have spent a lot of time with my church. I also participate in campus ministries here on campus, and you will see me in the near future singing at Revive. I really found a home, a faith base once I moved here, and that's been a big part of my life here. I also, right now I'm sitting in the Beaufort Center, and I've gotten a chance to be part of many life-changing opportunities through the Beaufort Center. One of the first being I was part of the I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but I was part of a program where I was paired with a student from the United States, and we got to volunteer at Sunrise Retirement Home for 6 weeks. It was one of the most fun 6 weeks of my life. I got to spend time with the residents, got to play bingo for the first time, and we got to knit and bake and get to know more about the residents. They told me stories about the University of Findlay back when it used to be a college. And those are the kinds of things that I enjoy doing. I've participated in the Helping Hands food drive and a number of other programs put in place by the Beaufort Center. I've been a peer mentor. Other than that, I've worked at the Mauser Museum. I love kids. I love working with children, and while working at the Mauser, it was always a lot of fun getting to read stories to the kids, being a part of Fun Day Sundays, and a number of other things. As for clubs, I have been a member of FASA since I got here, and it's been a joy of mine to be able to participate in African Night and share aspects of my culture with students at the University of Findlay. Well, that's quite a bit on my involvement. I'm trying to think of a number of other things that I'm a part of on campus. Well, this is something that I volunteer at different schools whenever the opportunity arises. I usually go and will be in a classroom sitting across a number of different students and just talking to them about where I'm from. A lot of them will have questions about what school is like where I'm from, about why I came to the United States, about how I'm finding my time in the United States. And I'm glad to say that I'm enjoying my time in the United States. So here's the big question. A number of people always say to me, well, you're in Findlay, Ohio. Why Findlay? Well, a little bit about myself. I'm not big on crowds or very, very busy scenes. I do like to see, like, I do like to travel, but if I'm going to be staying somewhere for an extended period of time, I like it to feel a little bit homey. I like it to feel like the sort of place where I can build roots, where I can insert myself in the community and get to know a little bit more about themselves. And so as I was applying to different universities, when I got accepted to Findlay, I knew that Findlay was a place for me just because the setting fit, the size of the university fit, and it was also in a very different society than the one that I'm from. And I was ready for that. I was ready to experience something other than the life that I had experienced back home. And it was nice to see some of the similarities, but it was also good to be made aware of some of the differences that exist. And in my time in Findlay, it was interesting to see how different people interacted with different international students at the university. It was always a joy to answer questions. It was funny every now and again to address the different assumptions that people have about where I'm from. So one of the biggest assumptions that I address is Zambia is an English speaking country. Actually, fun fact, majority of the Southern African countries are English speaking countries because we were colonized by Britain. So don't be surprised if you ever find yourself in countries like Tanzania, Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, or any of the countries down in Southern Africa, and people around you are speaking English. I've actually spoken English since I was born, and then I learned my other native tongues. I speak 5 other languages in total, some more fluently than others. My parents, my mom and dad come from different tribes, and each one of their tribes has a native language. So there's just a little bit about myself. I hope this helps you get to know me more. If you have any questions for me, I hope one of these days when you see me walking around campus, you feel free enough to stop me. I enjoy one-on-one conversations a lot more. I do better in those kinds of settings, and I would definitely be happy to answer a few of your questions. And if you want, maybe even get a coffee and sit down and talk to you. I like meeting new people and learning from people's experiences. I feel that's been one of the biggest impacts that I've gotten here. And with every friend that I've made or every connection that I've made, it's always interesting to hear different people's stories. Where are they from? Where are they going? Who are they becoming? Who were they before who they are now? And I feel that that in so many ways sums up my time at the University of Findlay. It's really been a journey of discovery and figuring out who I am and who I want to be, and also looking back at who I was and seeing myself through the lens of who I am meant to be. So in all that, I hope that, again, if you ever see me around, you feel free to stop me, say hello, and maybe we can get to know each other.